Fashion is only the attempt to realize art in living forms and social intercourse, meaning fashion is nothing more than not only the ostentation and unnecessary, unreasonable display and portrayal of our obviously overwhelming riches, wealth, power, influence, at state in our lives that we cannot and will not possibly be able to utilize in our either growth, progress, learning, development, or certainly we are not going to utilize our riches, wealth, powers for the development, prosperity, improvement, elevation of the others either from their sufferings, individual problems, torments, poverty, and other crises as well. And we obviously utilize and transform all of that unreasonable, overwhelming riches in the display of fashion, in the possession of cars and plots, lands, houses, and other objects and materialistic pleasures, which is unnecessary, unreasonable, anyways. And we ultimately end up in a lot of depression, anxiety, anticipation for all of those things. And obviously, the more we have nothing, the more we possess, the more we acquire wealth, riches, power, lands, and obviously objects in our lives, the more we're going to suffer and experience an overwhelming and unflinching poverty, misery, torment, crisis in our lives that can never be resolved by anyone in the world who cannot leave his desires for riches, money behind. So obviously, the more wealthy and rich we are, the poorer we feel and experience ourselves to be. So that's how this contradiction and paradox works. And when it comes to fashion, then it's the attempt and intention to realize our philosophy, art, painting, music in our living forms, in our attitudes, behaviors, interactions, and communications with others, and also in our relationships. We try to bring the art of music, painting, philosophy into all that, and it's also social intercourse in societal exchanges, behaviors, relationships. We sometimes try to convert and transform all of our arts of music, philosophy, thought, and painting into our living forms, into our lifestyles, into our habits, actions, behaviors, communications, interactions, and into societal relationships and encounters as well. So that is also one of the most significant purposes of art, whereby we're able to not just understand it, not just appreciate it or find good in it, but also integrate uh, the same arts that we create or that is the others making into our lifestyles, into our living habits, ideologies, actions, outcomes, and into our societal exchanges, relationships, friendships, interactions as well in one way or another. So that's how fashion works. And it's not just ostentation.